Hello? Captain! Where is everyone? Ha! Water! Real water! Mirni, is it really you? Last Suraj remembers. A hole opened up in the plasm and pulled us through. Where is the captain, Our ship, the Bonnie Spriggan. Did we make it out? Did he follow? Pelexane, Molag Bol's hard-hitting pirate king. If he followed us out of Cold Harbor, if he takes these seas, we're doomed. No ship or port will be safe. Please, will you help us? We have to stop him before it is too late. Captain One-Eye, she'll know what to do. Help us, and I'll make sure she cuts you in for a share of our plunder. The ships came down by those cliffs to the north. I think if the captain made it, that is where she'll rally the crew. Go on ahead, Longstrider. This wet cat needs to shake the water out of his ears before he's fit to scamper again. But you tell the captain Suraj is coming. I won't abandon my crew just because we're finally back in Nirn. The Destroyer, they call him. Captain of the CATERWAUL. As cruel as they come in Cold Harbor. He failed his master in battle during the plane melt, so Molag Bol sent him to recover the Crown of Bones from Captain One-Eye as punishment. Losing a dark anchor is what Suraj hurt. Sane still carries a lust for vengeance in his black heart for the one that bested him. A certain, wait, what did you say your name was again? What? Wait, really? Felix Sane went at his master's behest to secure one of his dark anchors of Nirn, and you're telling me you're the one who defeated him? Wasn't that you? I could swear he used to curse someone just like you. Suraj is impressed. But this was on dry land, yes? Maybe he's different sort of beast once he takes to the sea. All the more reason to stop him before he does, Longstrider. It should be easy if you've done it before, eh? A relic once used to enthrall undead sailors from the famous Lost Fleet of the Old Flag's Navy. When One-Eye figured out how to break its curse, the remaining skeletal sailors signed on to the crew to help her escape Cold Harbor. Suraj was part of Sane's crew first, before he fell in with Captain One-Eye. When the worms absconded me to Cold Harbor, the Pirate King mistook me for a common house cat, kept me as his pet. Suraj is not proud to remember it. Cag scooped me up like plunder the one time he boarded the CATERWAUL. Thought he was saving some poor lost cat. Once it was safe enough to talk, I spoke up to thank him for his mistake. Definitely scared him. I've been part of the crew ever since. Happens as often as you think, Longstrider. Suraj doesn't take much offense to it. Most times, for a sheet of my size, things turn out better if I just stay quiet and play stupid. Go on ahead, Longstrider. This wet cat needs to shake the water out of his ears before he's fit to scamper. Here as in Nirn? Well, a whirlpool opened up on the azure seas. Whoosh! Captain One-Eye cackled and sailed us right in. Somehow, she knew it would get us out of Cold Harbor. No one knew it would drop us from the sky. Or that Valexane would dare to follow. Suraj traveled on business for Governor Fortunata of Kavach, sent to settle some accounts down in Senchal. Was taken prisoner by some worm cult patrol along the way. Suraj has no love for Cold Harbor, but working for the governor, it wasn't much better. It does please me. and intrigue me. Suraj was one of her long-suffering accountants. All that gold, and in the end, it couldn't protect her. How did it happen? Oh! Ah, I see. After all the time she kicked Suraj around, it seems fitting she would fall to a single swift strike from the Black Hand. Well, hail Sithis, as I suppose they say. Suraj was up in the rigging when the Bonnie Spriggan went under. It's how this one flew so far. Last he saw, the CATERWAUL did not divert course. Hopefully, the rest of the crew fell in the water. Not everyone is so skilled at landing on their feet.
Rest a moment. Then we'll find the others. Wait. Who approaches? Sithis blind me to meet a familiar face in dire times. Me crew is in rough shape. Might be you've come to help us. You know old One-Eye always pays. This place doesn't stink of the Thracian Sea. Where are we? The sisters? Solstice? Then the whispers we heard of a new plane meld were true. But we're back on Nirn. That means Captain Sane sails my waters now. We'll scuttle him back to the Azure Seas before he claims this island for Cold Harbor. Will you help us? Captain Sane's ship landed in the cove north of us. Scout ahead through the caves, board the CATERWAUL, and find somewhere to place this rune. It's one I've been saving just for him. Did you happen across any of my crew on your way here? Always did land on his feet. Captain Sane may have captured the others. Watch for them, but try not to get spotted. He'll kill him if he smells trouble. And take my grappling hook. Use it to get through those caves and board the CATERWAUL unseen. It'll fare better for my crew's survival if no one spots you. Stay hidden from Captain Sane's watchlings and silence them if they try to squeal. Place that rune on the CATERWAUL's deck somewhere near the supply stores. Then come back in one piece. It explodes. Won't set it off before you report back, but it should punch some nice holes in that nasty ship of his. Repairs should buy us time enough to get our crew back in shape and launch an attack before he sets sail. Let's hope. Captain Velik Sane. Maybe he's the biggest bastard you'll ever meet, but I'll respect his title till we manage to take it from him. Had he not hounded us for his master's crown of bones, we might have helped slow or stop this second plane meld. Plenty you can do with a mind for sabotage and a pocket full of black marsh magic, like that rune I gave you. We got wind of a black gem quarry or some such wickedness. Planned to sail close and launch a raid by land, if you can believe it. Did you now? You're a busy one. Good on you, pirate. Hope you plundered decent loot for your troubles. Would have liked to have been there first, and would have were it not for Captain Velik Sane. Kept us on the run, aye. Being trapped someplace so wretched for so long either kindles your decency or kills it stone dead. Lucky we had one another to keep each other's flames alive. Old Daedric Relic controls sailors of the All-Flags Navy's lost fleet by placing them in a state of undeath. I managed to break its hold with tricks I learned from a shaman back in Shadowfen. Many of those sailors have been with me ever since. And give that tyrant what he wants? No. Old One-Eye's never been good at surrender. I'll let Sithis take me before I bend the knee to Molag Bal himself, let alone one of his blood-mongering lackeys. First plane meld stranded most of them in Cold Harbor. We rebuilt my ship and vowed to escape back to Nirn together. Wasn't quite sure how we'd manage that. Suppose I should be thankful this second plane meld got me out the same way I got in. Been around my crew so long, I forgot it might unsettle folk. It's a curse. One I took to save the souls of the lost fleet. Press-ganged past death to serve in Cold Harbor. Now it's just who I am. No thought of changing back. Aye, old crew and I were looking for treasure. Tried to find the famous shipwrecked lost fleet. We found him all right. On the other side of a whirlpool that sucked us straight to Cold Harbor. The lost fleet became found. And the old crew was lost. Died doing what they loved, plundering. They didn't know the treasure was cursed by the crowd of bones. Had to put 'em down myself when they attacked old One-Eye. Sithis take me if I'd had anything like that happen with this crew. Cag made a list. Look it over if you like. He crossed off those poor blighters who didn't survive the fall. All else are missing until we hear otherwise. Same with those from the lost fleet. Though we can piece them together if we find their bones. I won't lie. Been a rough go for old One-Eye and her crew. Running, hiding, hunting, starving. Keeping out of Captain Sane's grasp by nothing but our wits. Hoping we'll fare better now that you're here. Well, we're a long way from Alton Coromont, aren't we, pirate? Seems so long ago. Can't even remember the sounds and smells of the swamp. Sight still burning with those endless waves of azure plasm. But it's good to be back in my home plane. You've a knack for coming along when you're needed. Whatever the reasons for that, be it Daedric or divine, I won't think about it too hard. Captain One-Eye knows when to thank the fates and keep moving.
Don't know if we can sail with just us few, Captain.
If we even have a ship fit to sail.
Hope you're better at sneaking than me. Argenta's pretty good at it, but she's in no shape right now. Glad you're here, whoever you are.
I felt my leg bones snap in the fall. No pain, but no walking yet either. Captain says she'll fix me, so you have to sneak for her.
weapons, my friend. We've won.
Get the cat! I found another to feast on.
Must be an old smuggler's cave. Seems useless now. Captain, One Eye is planning something. I'm sure of it.
That's Captain One Eye to you, and how right you are. This prisoner will do.
No!
Captain One Eye thought she led us into a trap, but the seas of Nirn are ripe with plunder. Prepare to sail.
You heard your captain. Prepare to weigh anchor. Captain, I smell a rat. I'll find it.
Captain One-Eye sent me after you. Wanted your report, and wanted to ask you another favor as we're spread so thin. Suraj supposes you placed her rune just fine. Did you chance across any more of our crew? The Bonnie Spriggan needs all hands. Quartermaster Zynark? Oh, that slithering tyrant. If I weren't a humble Alfiq, I'd use this bell to lure her somewhere quiet and cut off her hissing head. But Suraj isn't one to defy the good captain's orders. To dig up the bones of the old Lost Fleet crew before they wash away in the tide. None of us are fit enough to fend off the scavengers that gather where they fell. We'll need all hands once we're fit to sail. But if it were up to Suraj... Kill the quartermaster. Oh, Suraj recovered our ship's bell down by the water. Find somewhere quiet to ring it, and I know she'll slither out to investigate. But it is your choice, Longstrider. Bones, blood, or both, if you're feeling productive. Talk to Captain One-Eye, Longstrider. Suraj thinks maybe he spoke out of turn, suggesting you defy her orders. But you came back alive! That's got to count for something! To piece them back together, of course. Need as many hands as we can get to sail the Bonnie Spriggan, yes? It seems eerie, I know. But those Lost Fleet rattlers are as much a part of our crew as anyone else. Curse or otherwise. Just fine! They don't eat, don't pick fights, pull more than their weight, don't have much to say. Besides Argenta, of course. Can't say if that's because she's so shriven or if she was always like that. Suraj didn't think about that. Where on the ship did you place the rune? Ah, aft of the captain's cabin. I know where you mean. Don't worry, Longstrider. Prisoners and the press gang aren't allowed up there. Unless much has changed since Suraj sailed on the CATERWAUL. Perhaps the distraction will help them escape. No idea. Some ancient magic, maybe? But trust me, it has a special effect on harvesters. Captain One I found it among the ship graveyard where she rebuilt the Bonnie Spriggan. Must have come loose when we fell. Lucky for us, it landed here. Zainar tried to board the Spriggan once, yeah? Salvus, the sailor on watch, rang it to warn the rest of us. Roused her into a right frenzy. Maybe it's something only her kind can hear? If you ring it, Suraj is certain she'll come hissing out to find you.
made it back, pirate. The crew's patched up enough, and my Bonnie Spriggan's next. If we can get on the sea before the CATERWAUL, we can strike her before she makes it to open water. Where did you place that rune I gave you? That's what I like to hear. Suraj tells me that when he passed on my orders, he might have put another far more dangerous idea in your head. Poor rattlers. Undeath isn't all sunshine and calmberries. I'll have the others piece them back together so we can fill the ranks of our crew again. Thank you, pirate. I've another matter that could use your help, if you're still willing. Eager to take on more work, eh? Glad to hear it. Go on, then. We'll wait for you. You're one of us now.
Thank you, stranger. Captain One Eye sent you, didn't she? I'll follow soon. I never thought we'd make it home. Adrelier, though, he always held on to hope.
Glad you made it back, pirate. The crew's patched up enough, and my Bonnie Spriggan's next. If we can get on the sea before the CATERWAUL, we can strike her before she makes it to open water. Where did you place that rune I gave you? That's what I like to hear. Suraj tells me that when he passed on my orders, he might have put another far more dangerous idea in your head. Both? Well now, you're very ambitious, aren't you? If only you'd been with us on the Azure Seas. Might be you'd be the captain now instead of old One Eye. Glad to have the others back. Still willing to help us get another leg up? Another choice between two matters. Talk to Argenta first, then Suraj. They've more insight than old One Eye. Either or both of these tasks will help us in the battle ahead. Whichever you choose, I'll thank you no less. Since you're well clear of that ship, it's time to set off my room. Shoe Knox and Zilnak.
Mara's Rosie Backside, Captain! Where'd you learn to make something like that?
That's just how we do things south of Morrowind.
You're here about the ones I found, aren't you? Sailors, no. Prisoners, no. Both. Ready to break their shackles. We could help. Help break them free and take on more hands for the Spriggan, yes? Yes. No, not on Captain One-Eye. Never, never. Unshriven, on Daedra, among Captain Sane's crew. So near mutiny, but something held them back. Made myself known to try to help. They chased me back into the shadows. Someone else can help. Maybe you? In the caves there. Old smuggling tunnels, they must have been. Go down, through, and across a wooden bridge. Oh, but beware the watchlings. If they see you, it will be all the harder to get the mutineers to safety. Did you speak to Suraj? Captain wants you to speak to Suraj. He is small and easy to miss, but he is right there. Eyes everywhere, yes. Always watching, always reporting. But there is one eye bigger than all the rest, lit with the cold, burning gaze of Cold Harbor. It grows all the more vigilant if the watchlings catch a single glimpse of intruders. The mutineers, yes. And you as well, with your heart set on helping. Stay unseen. Silence the watchlings and pluck out that great eye before its blue gaze falls on you.
Don't be offended that I snuck back on my own in case you got caught, Lone Strider. I'm never going back to the CATERWAUL. But listen, on my way here, I hid in a crate and found a piece of Cold Harbor's teeth. Big, wretched siege weapon. Hits with the very hatred of Cold Harbor. Blows against the ship are ruinous, and those against crew are fatal. No idea what it would do to Alexei and his lot, but Suraj would love to find out. Spot on. I used magic to mark the crates with the pieces, since I couldn't carry them off myself. Find them in that cave behind you. Then we'll build it on the Bonnie Spriggan. And then we'll be the ones spilling blood on the water, yes? Go get those components for the siege weapon, Longstrider. Or do what Argy says. Suraj isn't your captain. Figure it out yourself. I'm trying to catch some fish. Someone's got to make sure this crew gets fed. Ah, yes. One of my favorite charms. Look for little paw prints lit by magic. Eh? Had to keep it subtle so the CATERWAUL's crew wouldn't know we were up to something, yes?
We're still standing. Be proud of that.
out for the win. You won't hit a thing.
Watch the shadows. Never know what might be behind you. Come on, someone! Get the cat! I found another to feast on!
To do? Raise his corpse? We need to leave before we end up like him.
Someone's here. Not one of One Eyes.
Shut up. I'll handle this. You get one warning, stranger. I bite. And if you stick around too long, Captain Velexane will take you prisoner and make a meal out of your soul. Now get lost, before I decide to eat you first. You're not with Captain One-Eye. I know her crew, and I've never seen you. This is some sort of loyalty test, isn't it? That thrice-damned observer! I told them it was watching us, didn't I? Well, now we're all going to die! An all-seeing eye watching our every move. I've wanted it effect for some time, and this lot would have convinced me, if not for that horrid thing. And it's guarding our weapons, so we can't even smash the anchor gem that holds it in place. You, I suppose. It doesn't know you. Might not see you coming. If its gaze falls upon you in the next room, I don't know what will happen. Help us, and we'll help you take down our captain. But any mistakes might doom us all, so be careful. Seems like that observer has no idea you're here. You'd lose that advantage if one of us goes with you. I just want to get out. If I'd known Captain Sane treats his crew as well as he treats his prisoners, I'd have just stayed a prisoner. I was held somewhere much worse. Serving aboard the CATERWAUL was my passage out of that wretched place. Captain Sane and I both displeased Molog Ball. Figured we might bond over that, but the only one he trusts is the quartermaster. Some explosion rocked the CATERWAUL and set us back from casting off. Torin happened to be standing closest to Captain Sane in the aftermath. Death by wrath. Not an uncommon fate on the CATERWAUL, and it's nothing compared to what he did to Larrick. He was a vampire, like me. Let his hunger speak louder than sense, and asked the captain if we might change course, hunt something else for a change. That got him keel-hauled in the shallows, mulched down to nothing, alive the whole time. Poor bastard. Without a single one of our crew seeing you, maybe you are the right sort to take out that observer. Try not to disappoint me, all right? Velik Sane killed him. You were just doing what pirates do. I can't fault you for your nature any more than you might fault me for mine. As bad as it was for Torin, at least it was over quick. Can't say the same for Larrick. He was a vampire, like me. Let his hunger speak louder than sense, and asked the captain if we might change course, hunt something else for a change. That got him keel-hauled in the shallows, mulched down to nothing, alive the whole time. Poor bastard. Without a single one of our crew seeing you, maybe you are the right sort to take out that observer. Try not to disappoint me, all right? Velik Sane killed him. You were just doing what pirates do. I can't fault you for your nature any more than you might fault me for mine. As bad as it was for Torin, at least it was over quick. Can't say the same for Larrick.
I never wanted to be part of this crew, but Dees is right. Leaving isn't so simple. But I don't want Captain Sane to eat my soul. I'll take any help we can get at this point.
Disa says it's not so simple deciding to leave. It's simpler than staying and getting my soul devoured by her captain. See if you can put some sense in her. We did not make it this far across the azure seas just to die as soon as we set foot back in Nirn. We will end up like a swamp jelly in a hurricane if we do not do something.
Nothing!
Get the cat!
What do you say to some celebratory sweets?
A word, pirate? Before we take to the... Welcome back, pirate. The crew's been whispering about you. I'm sure they're glad to see you return. Are you ready? Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Between what Suraj and Argenta asked you, what all did you get done? I'll thank you no less for trying, pirate. May their deaths be swift if they're press gang to fight us in the battle ahead. One more thing to ask of you, though. The crew needs a lift in spirits, a speech. I figure you're... You think your efforts have gone unnoticed? I've been rousing and rallying this crew all across the Azure Seas. They're tired of hearing from old One-Eye. They want to hear a fresh voice. They deserve to hear from you. Someone told me in the crew that you killed Captain Velik Sane before. Whatever you say, they're eager to hear from you. As am I. You've changed quite a bit since old One-Eye saw you last. Suraj. He was captive on the CATERWAUL before he joined our crew. Moloch Baal sent his pirate king to defend a dark anchor. Suraj says you stopped him. Don't know if you did it alone or with help, but word has it that it's your name he curses. And he'll curse you every time he comes crawling back from the Creatia. I've always said if you make an immortal enemy, your name will live forever. Funny, isn't it? How these things come together. The captain failed his master. His punishment was being sent after me to reclaim the crown of bones. As Suraj tells it, it's you who sent him after us. And in that same way, it's you who brought us home. Then I won't waste my breath. At least not till the CATERWAUL is at the bottom of the sea. And we drink to the death of that heart-eating tyrant. Go on then, pirate. Tell my crew what they need to hear. By Sithis, I should hope so. Been through too much to come out the other side the same as before. But methinks you mean something particular has changed about old One-Eye. Is that it? Don't be so sure I've lost my love of it, pirate. The belly of my Spriggan is full of what shiny trinkets I could covet in Cold Harbor. But I think you're right. When gold runs scarce, the heart grows to treasure other things. Suraj. He was captive on the CATERWAUL before he joined our crew. Moloch Baal sent his pirate king to defend a dark anchor. Suraj says you stopped him. Don't know if you did it alone or with help, but word has it that it's your name he curses. Might be that Suraj was spinning some tall tale if you're so certain you didn't. But believing such a tale won't hurt our crew. And for my part, I'll choose to believe it was you. Funny, isn't it? How these sorts of things fall into place. The captain failed his master. His punishment was being sent after me, to reclaim the crown of bones. As Suraj tells it, it's you who sent him after us. And in that same way, it's you who brought us home. Then I won't waste my breath. At least not till the CATERWAUL is at the bottom of the sea. And we drink to the death of that heart-eating tyrant. Go on then, pirate. Tell my crew what they need to hear. By Sithis, I should hope so. Been through too much to come out the other side the same as before. But methinks you mean something particular has changed about old One-Eye. Is that it? Don't be so sure I've lost my love of it, pirate. The belly of my Spriggan is full of what shiny trinkets I could covet in Cold Harbor. But I think you're right. When gold runs scarce, the heart grows to treasure other things. Gather round, ya dogs. Our friend has something to say.
Certainly prettier than Cold Harbor.
Easier to be brave when surrounded by friends.
Payback in blood! We're with you, Longstrider!
All hands prepare to sail. All else, get below deck. That means you, pirate.
The Siraj doesn't need to be told twice to stay away while others work. Hey, Longstrider, do you still have that grappling bow? I smell blood in the water. It's time to fight!
Velic Sane, captain of nothing. May Nern forget your wretched name.
I'll eat your heart raw for what you've done.
On my honor, my final
Nerd with the seas!
We don't have any choice.
Another batch waiting.
I'm sorry.
Captain Sane's wretched name. Damn it.
Take no prisoners this time! I am unthinkable. You are terrible water!
More Azure Spawn. Send them back to the planet.
From this death! Play them alive!
Another there, planet. Quick.
All the way back to Cold Harbor.
Send those barnacle bastards back to Cold Harbor.
The seas of Nern bend to my will. Program you well.
Azure Spawn. Send them back to the planet.
Loathsome scab. I'll curse your name
Light the
forever.
sails. Set that wretched ship ablaze. She's gone. A scab that won't even leave a scar. Set a course back to Solstice.
Arya, ours. Don't burn us down too.
About time you salty horkers made it back.
Good to see you too, Captain.
Never thought I'd be so lucky to see such bloody retribution. Or to be on this side of it. The way this crew's looking at you is nearly enough to stir even my stony heart. Well done, hero.
I spent so long on that infernal ship. I forgot decent folk like you weren't just a thing for bard songs and stories. I don't know what else to say, but thanks.
I'm not really in the habit of paying compliments. If your imagination is a tenth as good as your capacity for killing Daedra, perhaps you can pretend I said something really gracious and profound as thanks for saving our skins.
You are one worth following, worth learning from. But I have pledged myself to the Bonnie Spriggan, and it is because of you that she sails on. You have my thanks.
Drake, the way you fight, it's inspiring. Adrelir would have written a song for you, I'm sure. But since he's no longer with us, maybe I'll take up writing songs in his stead.
My crew, my family, they live to sail on because of you. I will not forget this.
Back to the beach we go, then. Head into the cabin when you're ready. Strange to be on real water again, and not azure plasm. Once we're back, a good, strong drink should help me find my sea legs again.
We managed to scrape through that battle without losing anyone else. Might be a first for the Spriggan. All due to that speech of yours, I'd bet. First time we've heard something so stirring. Hope it's not the last.
Suraj won't jinx you by wishing you'd been with us on the Azure Seas, Longstrider. But if you had, I'm certain we would have turned and fought back a lot sooner. Ah, it's good not to feel haunted for a change.
Never been one for too many words, so I'll say it's damn fine work, pirate. With as long as we spent being hunted, we forgot the feel of victory. The thrill of it, deep in your bones. We needed this, and you delivered. Velixane is back to oblivion, and that's one less piece of dung floating on the seas of Mundus. I think we all deserve a drink, don't you? I'll be forever grateful that you were able to save what was left of my little crew. The odds were against us, but we sent Velixane screaming back to the azure seas of Cold Harbor. A cut of our treasure, pirate, for the savior of the Patamaic. No complaining now. This is a time to celebrate.
Ordering us to have fun, are you, Captain?
Haven't had any in some time, have you? Thought you might need old One-Eye to remind you.
I wonder if there are Trode to be found on this island. I've craved them for an eternity. There's none to be found in Cold Harbor. Can't imagine what else I'd do. I dreamed of being on Captain One-Eye's crew ever since the Four Winds disbanded. When I heard she went missing, searching for the lost fleet, I left Stone Wastes with a crew of my own and went to find her. What do you think? We fell in the same whirlpool she did. Some of my ship helped rebuild the Spriggan. Crew's all gone, though. Thought I was going to save Captain One-Eye. Never put much faith in her saving me. But here we are. The Four Winds were a band of warriors that defended villages like ours in Blackwood. Figured it'd only be a matter of time before the village fell prey to warlords or slavers without them. Might be no Stone Wastes to go back to. I'm fine here. You did? Really? I still mean to stay with Captain One-Eye, but it warms my scales that the village might still be standing. All Four Winds working together again? You mean it? Satulsa, the only one to stay. I will remember her as long as I live. Their disbanding felt like the end of my world. Probably how I came to idolize a pirate. But I'm glad to hear they are together again. Thank you for telling me.
I do enjoy a drink with these folks. Don't tell them that, though. Attachment is the last thing I need right now. I've had my fill of seeking my own fortune. I suppose I'll stay with the Bonnie Spriggan. It's clear they need me. And it pains me to say it, but I've grown fond of Argenta's cooking. It's the most lucid I've seen her, hovering over a stew pot. By being dumb enough to venture there on my own, seeking to reclaim Daedric relics. Look, my family pressured me into it. It was either that or fall in with the family business, and I wasn't about to work at the College of Aldmeri Propriety. Of course, the one in Oridon. What other college for Aldmeri Propriety would there be? It's run by the Veiled Heritants, by the way. Gods, it feels good to tell that to someone who might know or care. You killed my cousin Tanyan? Ha! That's the best news I've heard in, well, longer than I can remember. I thought do-gooders like you only existed in the stories. Ah, well, cheers to you all the same, pirate.
We did it! Suraj wasn't so sure we'd make it. No doubts in you, Longstrider, but spending so long in Cold Harbor, you learn not to hope for nice things. Look, Longstrider, Suraj would doubtless be a valuable asset for one as keen and bloodthirsty as you. But I've made my promises to the Bonnie Spriggan, and I intend to keep them. She's the only one for me. Shh, not so loud, she can hear you. Suraj means what he says, though. This cat isn't cut out for the kind of life you clearly lead. I've got short legs. No chance I can keep up. But I hope we'll see you again, Longstrider.
Cheers, pirate! If the captain lets me have a pet on board, maybe I'll name it after you. Can't let this ship fall apart without me. And someone's got to make sure that certain crewmates don't stab things we don't intend to eat. There was this one orc back home I always held a torch for. But that ship has probably sailed, as they say. She never fit in with the stronghold. Always talked about leaving someday. And I could never work up the nerve to ask if I might go with her. My family had aims at hitching me to her sister, starting our own clan. But I never had eyes for Orbesh. You don't know how true that is. I could nearly build a new ship with all the splinters I dug out during my time on the Spriggan. Well, time to start drinking until I'm seeing double. Cheers, pirate.
Alcohol hurts the throat and eyes. I prefer to watch the others drink it. Happy times. Back to my cook fires. Pirates drink, pirates dance, pirates sleep, and then they wake up hungry. My job, to feed them. Many more edible things in this plain keg tells me. Perhaps I will use the captain's grapple hook to hunt them. Do not fret. I took it from your pockets when you spoke to the captain. Better than distracting you from getting paid, yes? The one who taught me to sneak and steal was very good. I hope to see him again someday, my dear friend. Urjacine. He helped Argy escape the whaling prison. I meant for him to escape with me, but he stayed behind to help the others. There were so many others. I don't know if he escaped. I should never have let him stay behind. You were there? Perhaps you met Ergesine? Crown and beard of black spines, swishing tail, a kindness in his eyes. A helper. That must be my Ergesine. We just made it out of Cold Harbor. But someday, Argy will return for Ergesine to help him as he helped me. But until that day, I will cook for my crew. Thank you. He is my dearest friend. In some ways, you remind me of him. And just like Ergesine, I hope I will see you again.
Cheers to you, our honorary crewmate. I'm sure you have bigger adventures awaiting you, but the Bonnie Spriggan will always call you one of ours. This crew is my family. I can't bear to leave. But I'd like to make it back to an undaunted enclave at some point. To tell them what happened to us. Adrelaire and I always dreamed of being properly initiated someday. I did. I made myself read it in full before we set sail. Every word was so painful, but I'm glad I made it through. Poor Adrelaire. He must have been so confused when I kissed him. Right after Captain One-Eye started steering us into that whirlpool, Adrelaire must have just come up from leaving the letter in my bunk. But I didn't know about that. I just knew we might die, and I didn't want to die without doing that first. That's the solace I can take from this. It's thanks to you that we avenged him. Every time I feel my scars, or an arrow's fletching slips through my fingers, I'll think of him. And every time I raise a glass, I'll toast to you. Really? You'd do that? I heard there was some sort of song or verse they say as a rite of passage. Undaunted? Oh, imagine Adrelaire saying it with me. Undaunted. 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 Thank you, pirate. I needed that. Someday, I'll make sure Adrelaire's name ends up next to mine in the Tome of the Undaunted. I'll make sure his memory and deeds live on. Adrelaire and I were trying to prove we belonged in the Undaunted, followed a much stronger group into Cyrodiil, and fell prey to an ambush. Ended up the only survivors. Then, we ran afoul of one of those dark anchors and ended up in Cold Harbor. The Daedra that took us prisoner were taking us somewhere called the Great Shackle, but it was destroyed by the time we got there. In the confusion, Argenta helped us escape and brought us to Captain One-Eye. Poor Adrelaire had never sailed before. You're kidding! Well, I guess I owe you double thanks. Adrelaire and I probably would have never made it this far if it weren't for you. Maybe we'd be together, but we'd probably be soul-shriven like Argy. At least our souls are free.
Our Bonnie Spriggan's in need of supplies. We'll scrounge up some before setting sail again. Stay as long as you like, pirate. Now that we're not hunted like animals, I don't quite know. Need to resupply first and foremost. I've never been to this cursed island before. Never even seen a map of it. Where's the nearest port? Travel on foot. There's a novel idea. Not sure we're ready to fight what we come across on the road. But we'll make our way there somehow. After that, we'll explore the seas around Solstice. Think there's coin to be made in privateering? We'll do that then. Look for us sailing around the island, so long as you're here. And if that profit dries up, well, I don't know. Been so long since I was unmoored like this. What do you think I ought to do? You're joking, pirate. But the crew would tie me to the main mast if they knew the thought had crossed my mind. To poke holes and invade their plane for once. But these are the ramblings of some old salt. We'll figure something out.